All right, number 14 is why do we work? What's the purpose of working? Why God created a world where we have to work? God could have created a world where we don't need to work. And actually, when we're in Gan Eden, we live in a world where we can't say there was no work, because it says God created the world le'avda u'lishamra. He put us in the garden le'avda u'lishamra, to work at it and to guard it. So it was a different type of work. It was the work we know that he didn't have to cook anything. Every food was coming ready. The angel was serving him. So
Could it mean that we would appreciate it more?
I think the real work, is really come close to God. Le'avda is, we were supposed to. What we're supposed to do? We were supposed to go take care of the garden, and meaning create harmony in the world and create. And eat from the fruits that God had created, and eat from the fruit, and then appreciate that world, and that way you come close to God by appreciation, by love. That's what you're trying to say, right? So the idea is that was the real work. But when we sin, it says that now Adam is going to have to work at the sweat of his, how you call it?
Labor? Yeah.
The sweat of your
face.
This is like, okay, whatever. You will have to sweat for it.
No pain, no gain.
Right, no pain, no gain. So now we had to work through all the process. When we want to eat food, you have to plant, you have to sow, you have to thresh. And you do all the thing, and then you come to do your food, and that's why we have Shabbat. Shabbat is when we stop doing all those works to remind us that really the ideal state of mankind, of Adam, is not a world where we do all those things. We should be in a world where everything is ready. That's why when comes Shabbat, everything has to be ready. So the real work,
To be ready before, so
right? Because you enter into a world of 7, which is everything is ready, just like in Gan Eden. Shabbat is like Gan Eden. So the real reason why we work, the way we work today, is to remember that we are here to go back to a stage of Adam Arishon before the sin, right? To go back on the stage of Gan Eden, of spirituality, where everything is ready, and then we can focus on just getting close to God. That's one thing. Another thing is why do we work? Why God, even in the Garden of Eden, why there's actually something called work? Because that work that we do allows us to earn something, right? God created a work and something that you get from that work, right? To acquire, to earn something. Why? Because God could have created a world where He could have put us straight in Olam Haba, in the world to come. Instead, God created in this world and say, I want you to acquire your Olam Haba. I want you to acquire your reward, acquire me, so to speak. Because God this is what we're trying to do. We try to get close to God. So by working, we try to...
Next war, right?
What? Yes,
war, right?
yes. So we try to work in order to deserve, so to speak, what we work for, because there's something called the bread of shame, that if you don't work for something you're just given, you don't necessarily feel so happy about it. It's not the highest level of enjoying something. How are you? So the idea is that we have to we work in order to learn to really enjoy what we have, because when we get to Olam Haba, that's where we get the full reward. That's where we'll enjoy all what we have worked for. So that's a bit of a glimpse of why, as human beings, we work in order to go back to that level of Gan Eden, and in order to learn that everything that is acquired through our own work brings us more pleasure. It's a symbol, a metaphor for us and the next world. And it teaches you to invest and to wait. You work. At the end of the month, you get a paycheck. That's what Jews are all about. They wait. They work in this world, meaning they're religious, but they don't get we don't get the reward here. We get the reward at the end when we retire in the spiritual world. So that understanding those concepts are very important, because they help us understand a bit what the world is all about. And yeah, I think those are the main things. I want to just add one thing is that when we work, there's two ways you can use your work. When you work, you can use that work as part of your purpose, or you can use that work meaning, let's say I'm very good at healing people, so I decide to use my job as my purpose of creation, or I can use my job just as a way to earn money in order to then do my purpose in the world, right? I need the source. We could even add that just like a farmer is working in the field. In the past, we used to be, work the earth mostly. So we work and we depend on God to receive the water, the rain, and we realize that all our energy, everything that we get comes from God. So too at our work, the check that we get at the end of the month, in order to eat food and all that, we understand that it all comes from God. It helps us work on bitachon, on trust of God and faith of God, that everything comes from Him.
It's not the same now.
What do you mean, no, sir?
It's not the same as going to an office job or doing whatever you do and getting a check, as opposed to you literally have to rely on
Right.
rain.
It's more
and all
distracting.
that, and getting enough sun. And
Well,
from a chef.
Really-
it's not the same.
where really it is, it's because you're not, even when you say, oh, I didn't plant the seed the right way, or I didn't put the water the right way, at the end, God is going to decide if he's going to send you the rain or not. God is going to decide if He sends you that connection for your next job or not. Happens like that. We're not in charge. So work helps us really have trust and faith in God.
Maybe it's easier to see it.
Maybe it's easier to see it when you're a farmer, right?
Probably a lot
Right.
easier.
I agree. So, good luck on your work.